Every Saturday night at Orange in central western New South Wales, a well-oiled assembly line prepares hundreds of hot meals. They're given to people who are finding it hard to pay for food and rent.
Very difficult with just on the pension, and it's very hard.
That just helps out, the bit, off pay weeks and everything else.
This is the impact of soaring house and rental prices in Orange.
People are finding affordable accommodation difficult to come by, and subsidised housing is also difficult to come by.
In southern New South Wales, rental vacancies are also on the slide.
This is where I sleep in here with my granddaughter.
In December, Karen Morris moved from the Illawarra to Cooma to be closer to family, but can't find a place of her own.
It's degrading almost to be sleeping on a mattress on your granddaughter's bedroom floor. She deserves to have her own room.
She's even applied for public housing.
On the priority list for housing, it's 5 years. Who can sit somewhere for 5 years?
It's a different story for John Vanderloo on the Central Coast. The software engineer's office looks a little different nowadays since his family swapped Sydney for Empire Bay near Gosford.
I don't think COVID itself really had an impact beyond the ability to permanently work from home.
He says they easily found a home to buy last year, but there's less choice now.
It's going down a bit at the moment. People are snapping up properties left, right and centre now.
Experts say the housing and rental shortage is being driven by an exodus from Sydney and country residents staying put. This pushed up regional house prices by almost 10% last year. That's 5 times the growth in Sydney. Figures from CoreLogic show the biggest increase is in the Richmond Tweed, followed by the Southern Highlands and Shoalhaven. Regional rental prices have also risen faster than those in Sydney, surging by 7%.
We haven't seen growth trends this divergent between regional New South Wales and Sydney in almost 2 decades.
But this influx is putting pressure on regional infrastructure and services.
Councils are working closely with the state government to support these communities, but need much more support from the state government to do so.
Local government New South Wales says 80,000 more homes are needed in regional and rural areas. This shortfall has prompted some emergency measures. Clarence Valley on the North Coast has extended its use of temporary accommodation at Yamba. When Clay McFarlane moved to the tourist town for work, he found a job but couldn't find a house.
A lot of people are just looking for holiday rentals, which comes with a pretty savage price tag.
And while there are few alternatives, he doesn't think it's sustainable.
You need your own space, you can't live like this forever.
The state government is developing a 20-year housing strategy, but it's unlikely to bring down home and rental prices in the short term.
The reality of this is being seen in places like here in Orange. It's now common for houses to sell for $1 million or even more. And while this trend has been building in recent years, everyone's now asking, will it last?
I would expect regional New South Wales to continue growing in 2021, not only because you've got record low mortgage rates, but with relatively low cases of COVID-19, people might be more free to make those moves as well.
I don't think it'll have an effect at all because I don't think it'll ever crash.
Back on the Central Coast, John Vanderloo is settled and can't see a return to life before COVID.
They're looking at output rather than just seeing someone at their desk. I think it's going to be a permanent change.
A new normal for a new year. Joanna Woodburn, ABC News.